Yo, welcome back to the Mixing Pot Podcast. It is your boy, Chef Drewski here.
Yes, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chef Kayla.
Chef Tariq, bro.
Yo, Tariq is laughing
You got
because
me
of the
dying
intro,
right
yo.
now.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, how is everybody today? It is great to be back. You got me dead right now. It is great to be back on the MPP, and I am your host for the day. But I just wanted to ask you guys, how was your weekend? How was everything? It was Christmas weekend.
It was
Merry
good.
Christmas,
Yeah.
Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas,
Happy holidays.
yeah.
Happy New
Hanukkah.
Year.
I had to get on him last time for the Hanukkah.
Right,
Yeah.
the Hanukkah.
Yeah, Hanukkah Kwanzaa, alright? Happy Holidays.
I love how the roadcaster isn't even facing you, though.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Oh,
Cody,
yeah.
turn me.
Cody,
Yeah.
turn me up.
Cody, turn me up. Alright, but yeah. How was your weekend, Kayla?
My weekend was good. Christmas was pretty chill.
What'd you get? Did you get everything you asked for?
No, unfortunately. But it's okay.
Cold.
All I needed was just love, you know?
Cool.
And I got that, so.
Did you like my
Well,
gift?
I did. Thank you so much. I love those glasses. I'm actually going to use them next week
Nice.
for a drink. I already have the drink ready and everything.
That's legit.
Yes, it's going to be so good. And they're just going to look so cute in the glasses. You guys are going to see it next week. But okay. Yeah, so
I want to
super
ask you a
excited.
question. When you ask people, did you like my gift? Do you ever expect to get a nah, man? I hated that shit. Do you ever expect that?
Honestly, in my head,
if you were to get that, like
in my head, I don't know. I'd probably be pissed off. I'd probably flip out. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that when I was buying this. I was like, bro, if someone says they don't like this or something, I don't know. I might flip out. I don't know.
You said I'm going to flip
He said,
out.
do you know how long I stood in line?
Wait, Drew, I just realized you didn't explain the drink.
We were gonna get into that. We was gonna get.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was my way of doing things
It is
today.
your-
Oh,
It
okay,
is,
it
it
is.
is.
I thought we always just like start off with the drink first. I thought that's
Yeah,
what that was established.
we did say it's his week. He can do it how he wants to do it. His
Thank
format
you,
for
thank you.
his
Okay.
episode.
See, y'all are riding along with Drew. You feel me? You're riding along with Drew. Anyway, before Kayla rudely interrupted today's drink.
Oh
Psych
man.
up. Today's drink is a personal favorite. The only reason it's a personal favorite is because I don't drink. So yeah, I always get this when I go out, and it's literally a wonderful drink, the Shirley Temple. But I gave it a little remix today for my alcoholic peers, and
Are you
put
calling
some-
me an alcoholic?
for my alcoholic peers,
Wow.
and
I am offended. Highly.
it's like not alcoholics, but they're more prone to drinking than I am. But yeah, I just remixed it with a little bit of rum. So yeah, we're gonna get into that real quick.
Do you have a ratio for your drink?
I didn't get any jiggers today, so no.
Oh. So you
Just
just
free-handed.
freehanded.
Freestyle, you feel me?
Completely.
I mean, none of y'all
freestyle this
complained.
week.
You just needed a little more ice and a little more Sprite on top
What
of it.
ice?
So.
Little more was that?
Oh, I was okay.
So
Alright.
so what's in the drink? Tell them what's in the
So
drink.
it's
while
in
you're
the
making it.
drink, which makes this drink such a classic. Oh, let me tell you the history behind the drink
Tell
first.
history.
So, rumor has it that Shirley Temple back in the day, you know how she was very famous in like the 20s and
Yeah,
30s,
yeah.
you know. So, she obviously would be like hanging out with older people, like all the actors, famous Hollywood people back then, and they would all go to the bar. But because she was underage and could not participate in drinking alcohol, the bartender came up with a drink, and it was just lemon lime soda or ginger ale and cherry grenadine, and he named it after her. It was Shirley Temple, and that was her signature drink that she would get at the bar.
Okay.
Sugar on sugar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is this
Okay.
factual?
Yeah, it actually is factual.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
yeah. You gotta give a little history behind your drinks.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's the history behind this drink.
Okay, so
So what's in it is
Yep.
lemon lime soda,
Sprite.
cherry grenadine. Listen, we're not sponsored by him yet, so we can't be talking about.
I mean, then why don't you use Mellow Yellow or something? Like, why don't you get the
because
off
that's
brand?
Mellow
not
Yellow's
lemon-
still a
that's-
brand.
That's not lemon lime either. Like
It
what?
is, but you can.
That's like
It's the
Mountain
off brand
Dew.
of Sprite, right? We're not getting sponsored
but
by Mellow Yellow.
Bro, we got DMs from Oreo last episode though.
Oh yeah, where are these DMs? I haven't seen them yet.
Me neither.
I was just about to say, are you even logged into the Instagram to see the DM? What are you
I don't
talking
think
about?
you are.
Anyway, there's
We
also.
should be though.
This is very
Show
true.
that shit off
Very
right
true.
now. What do you mean? What you been doing? Last week you were shouting out Oreo, Drew's favorite cookie.
Hey yo! Alright, Sprite, cut the check, right? That's what you like to say. Look, we got a little bit of overproof rum here. I had to blow the dust off when I went to liquor store. Is Ray and nephew? Oh, it's a product of Jamaica though. So shout out to all the bad man out there. You feel me? Shout out to all
The bad mind. Drew's acting up today.
He got a new jacket. Feeling
Ass,
different.
yo, and shout out to Tariq for this jacket, yo. I appreciate this Christmas gift, but I still appreciate Kayla's more.
Wow.
That's all I have
Alright,
to say.
cool.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
let's
return
get
that.
into making
I'm gonna
this
return
drink,
that.
guys. So look, this is what we're gonna do. You start off with your cup and your ice. Boom. Y'all hear that?
Why do you slam this glass?
I need the audience to feel it. You feel me? So look.
They're watching too.
I know they are watching it, and wait, on the audio, I mean, in the video, you can see that the majority of the ice has melted because we had some technical difficulties before we started this show. So pouring this shit into water. There's an ounce of water in there with some ice to start.
We got some. Let's just imagine that it's ice, yo. Just we're gonna pour a little bit of grenadine. You always start off with your grenadine. Shirley didn't want it no other way. She always wanted the syrup first. You feel me? Shout out Future.
Did you talk to Shirley herself?
Nah. That's just on Wikipedia.
Shout out Wikipedia.
Oh my.
So next we got the soda. The soda of your choice, you feel me? I like to go with lemon lime soda. Tariq over here talking about some mellow yellow or.
Well, I'm saying,
Oh,
like,
no,
we
it's
talking about
Is
sponsorship,
that
trying to
even
get
lemon
Sprite.
lime fake? Mellow yellow? Like, really? Really?
His face of disgust.
So anyway, we gonna pour this in. Hold on, I need y'all to hear this though. Look.
That
Some
ASMR.
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 Ooh, that's Poe. That's Poe just right. There we go.
That
You hear the
bubbles.
sizzle?
Yeah. Yeah, people gonna love it.
Hey, yo.
Oh my goodness.
So then you gotta pour it up. You feel me? Get it a little dirty. You got Shirley already with the syrup and the soda. You feel me? But now you gotta get it a little dirty. So you gonna pour up some rum in it.
When Shirley turned 21, she looked dirty.
Yeah, you feel me?
What?
We gonna put that in there. See, I don't like my drink shaking. I like them stirred. So I'm gonna get me.
Oh my
You,
god.
he was like, you just switching it
You
around.
can't-
Just switching it around.
They hear that. I know they hear that.
Yeah, okay.
And look, a dirty Shirley Temple, guys. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
well, cheers to that.
Actually, no.
Cheers to that.
Salud, guys.
Cheers.
To episode number 3, right before the new year, 2023 about to start. Let's fucking get it.
That's actually very good on my first freehand like that.
Oh wow.
I know I had to remix y'all's cup, but
Yeah.
Mine's is a lot later than yours. Why is that?
anyway, next
You
topic.
sure it's Tariq off that syrup?
Nah, I know. That's what I'm thinking.
I wish.
From that next episode.
Please and thank you.
But
Just kidding, guys.
yeah, getting into we already did Kayla's weekend.
Did you
Yeah,
finish?
I mean, it was chill. There wasn't too much going on.
Nothing crazy. Right?
Nah.
I feel that. You.
Me. Wow. Big game for me. My weekend was chill. We did mixing it up with Chef Tariq on Saturday instead of Sunday.
But how's that?
It was cool. So if y'all don't know,
On Saturday.
yeah, we did it on Saturday. DJ Young Nas, aka Nasir, my little brother, aka Golden Nas 23, aka
Monkey
Gunshot,
Man.
aka Monkey Man, aka I don't know what else to call him. darkness, blackie.
Jesus Christ, we're on air.
Oh my god. Oh
So
my
he's
god.
gonna listen to it. He's gonna watch it. He's just gonna come at me. So okay, whatever. No, but yeah, he DJ'd on Saturday. Nice Christmas episode. I did some bacon cheese fries. Some
Ooh.
Cajun.
Fire.
Yeah, it was definitely fire.
Off topic, you forgot your panettone.
That wasn't mine.
It was just for
The group.
the group,
So panettone is really fruitcake.
basically.
Basically, it's Italian. So.
Yeah.
It's a holiday. It's like their holiday like tradition, basically. Yeah.
Don't you?
Why you? Why are you mad? Because the panettone was still here. What did it do to you?
Nothing. Nice decoration.
Okay.
It's festive for the
Nice
for the episode.
decoration.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the only thing Christmas in here.
Very true.
That is actually very true.
Very true.
Damn, I ain't got a tree yet.
You looking at me?
It's like,
Oh, but yeah, no, the show went really good on Saturday. And then we kind of just hung out, you know, Christmas Eve, chilled, cooked, played some spades. Shout out to my guy Gary. We took dubs, you know what I'm saying?
Gary. Shout out Gary, yo.
Yeah, I mean, and then Christmas, we normally do our President's Christmas Day. Like, I know a lot of people do them, like, Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
stuff
Noche
like that.
Buena is better than Christmas.
Bro, no one's going to midnight mass, my guy. Chill.
Noche Buena is like Christmas Eve.
Nah, no one's opening up presents at 12, bro. Like, take your ass to bed. Wake up in the morning.
My ass is.
Honestly, what we used to do.
Your ass is whack as fuck for waiting.
It's like,
until
nah,
the next day.
I wish we could open up at 12.
I wish.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you wish.
I don't
already
mind.
knew what I had.
Yeah.
And you was over there like,
I'm still sitting
what
in
do
bed
we
like,
have?
I
Wondering.
I
Wondering
don't.
ass.
I don't mind opening them on Christmas Day, but what we used to do when we were kids, our stepmom used to be like, all right, y'all can open one gift at 12, and then the rest the next day. So that used to be lit, like, oh, I get one present now, like, that's like a little teaser or whatever. So that used to be fun.
I like that.
Like, yeah, that was lit.
Yeah, Hispanic families just party through the night, so
Yeah.
that's why we just do it at midnight, and
Yeah.
then everybody just getting slitty for the rest of the morning, basically.
Literally, we've been at Jocelyn's house the last few years, and they just open everything at 12.
Yup.
Starting with the kids, and work their way up. And it's just
Yup.
a party. Shout out to my guy Ruben. We're gonna be litty
Yup.
for New Year's Eve too. Stop playing with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, that was really it. Honestly, it's been a cool week, chill, nothing crazy. Honestly, just getting ready for the new year, basically.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
How was your week?
My week was good. I went home, seen the family, ate some lasagna and Cornish hen and stuff like that. Came back and chilled with my cat. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was it. You just chilled with your cat.
Christmas weekend. Yeah, it wasn't anything extravagant.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Alright,
Yeah.
just chill.
You just show
End
your
of the
family.
year,
I mean, it's
yeah.
not like we wasn't doing that 3 weeks ago. You feel me?
Right.
So.
True.
Literally.
But yeah, it's a good time to be around family. This time of year.
I've always wondered that, like, why the holidays, like, around this time here.
So
Or, I mean, I guess everywhere, but yeah, especially here are so compact, because, like, in Colombia, they have, like, holidays all year round. So it's like they have times like these all year round, you know what I mean, where people actually feel like they're coming together.
So you're telling me you guys have
versus-
Christmas 365?
That's not what I said, Andrew.
Continue.
But yeah, it blows my mind. I mean, I don't know. It's just like everywhere else, everybody's so much more closer together, and then like here, it's just around this time of the year that people, like families, come together like that.
That's
That shit
dope.
just literally just blows me.
Shout out Pablo Escobar.
Tío Pago. No stuff.
Wow. See,
So we
see,
talking about my
nah,
Tío Pago.
nah, don't be calling me your uncle because when you went out there, you didn't dig for no money. For no work, okay? I'm not hearing it. I told you to go do that, Caitlin. You didn't do it. I'm not hearing it.
I know.
That's
I didn't get the chance to. Unfortunately, next
kept-
time I'll be out there for 3 months. I'm
Bro.
You
thinking
kept
about
pushing
how
back
the-
when you were coming back, and you still get the chance to.
Yeah, listen, I had other things to take care of. It had
I
been
will
8
never
years
forget
since I had gone,
When
right?
she went out there and she was like, yo, I'm gonna show you like what the hood looks like when I get out there. I'm gonna send you a snap. Bro, she sent me a snap, and that shit looked like Baghdad, bro. Like, that shit.
What do you mean?
You was
What
literally,
snap is that?
you were on a moped, like on the back of a moped, and you were just showing me like where you was at, and you was like, yeah, it's no joke out here.
A moped.
You was like on something, I don't know. You was
Maybe
like
the four-wheeler when we went to the finca.
That shit, I think. I don't know, but you showed me
It
some
had
shit,
to have that,
and it was nighttime.
or a bike. Nah, cause when the first time I rode with my cousin on his bike when we went to go pick up Bud, I didn't record. I didn't pull my phone out. The only time I pulled my phone out, if I remember correctly, when I was when I was on the four-wheeler.
Going to the club?
No, going to the club. I was in the car going to the club.
You sent me a snap, and I just looked. I was scared.
I have no recollection.
No, I don't think you got it. I think it was just.
Oh, so y'all just saying
because we were talking about.
Y'all said Snapchats without me. I
Okay,
understand.
yeah.
Cool.
Now this guy.
Now was excluded. But
it looked lit though.
It definitely was lit. That's all I'm gonna say. I definitely didn't record. Really,
crazy.
I didn't
No,
really record
like...
being out with y'all. When I was out in the club, that one club that was packed, that shit was crazy. I was like, we was in the hood. In the hood, like, yeah, shit was crazy.
But yeah,
that was your week?
Yeah, that was my week. It was pretty good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Anyway. Yo, shout out to Sam Lopez also for being an avid listener to the Mixing Pot podcast.
Yeah.
As for Albert Mendez and Laura, we love Laura.
Why did you say her last name?
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Laura.
Laura
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Why we gotta give out last names though? I feel like that's bad to be giving out governments.
You literally said Sam Lopez and Albert Mendez, and then you just didn't give out Laura. So now
Laura,
you say,
I mean, true.
But
you should have just said Sam and Albert at that point.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Sorry, guys.
Bro, now you're gonna have Laura
Start the clip over. Start the clip over.
Just
Just edit this piece out to read.
Anyway, shout out to all of them. They're really good supporters of the Mixing Pot podcast, and yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing some really good reviews on our podcasting, guys. So let's keep it up.
Let's keep it
also,
going.
we're gonna start posting polls. What else you guys want to hear?
Yeah.
Like what questions? What kind of CIA?
Actually, yeah, I've been meaning to do that on my
guys,
story, like my personal story, to see what people want us to start.
I did it on the Chef's Company page when I shared it. I was like, would y'all try from the first episode? And I was like, would y'all try live eel? And I was like, yeah, no, or hell no.
Oh yeah.
And people were like, hell no, I ain't trying
Right.
But yeah, definitely.
I actually have tried it before. Eel.
Well, I've tried eel, but not the live. Like
Oh yeah, not live though.
Why are you looking at it like that?
Because did you say that when we?
No.
No.
Bro, what?
I didn't try live eel.
So we had a whole TED talk about eating eels, bro. We gotta get into this, because this is just ridiculous. We had a whole episode damn near about talking about eating live eels, and ain't nobody opened up their mouth about, yeah, I ate eel.
No, but you
Until
said
now.
No, but you said live eel.
Right, live.
Like live.
Live
Like
eel,
alive.
dead eel. Have you eaten eel before?
Yeah. I
Yes.
cooked eel in Italy.
My dad caught an eel before.
Now these secrets come.
But that wasn't the question. You
Y'all was
said
eating live
That
eel
was
too.
not the question.
that wasn't.
Y'all was eating
Live
That's
eel.
not what you brought to the table. You said.
Nuh-uh.
You said. Andrew said, and I quote.
Yeah, because
All seafood is universal except live eel. Unquote.
Yeah, and I remember in the video, you looked it up and you showed me, and it said yes, people eat eel. But I was like, yes, people eat eel. Obviously, I've eaten eel
like,
before.
no,
He ate
look,
eel before.
live
Eel. Live eel.
And
There's
then
a difference, cause that shit has like blood and all the organs are working and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's alive.
Taste.
It's alive.
And then you said, y'all never seen 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's where it was on.
No.
Nas, shout out Nas, because he remembers that.
The funny thing was, I was literally like getting that clip, and I was like, Nas, listen to this. And I was like, yo, he said 1,000 Ways to Die. He goes, I remember that episode.
Exactly. See, I'm not alone.
And then he
I'm
tried
not
to find it too, and he couldn't find it. And I was like, wow, alright, so this really was an episode.
Oh,
But yeah, that was eel. You didn't say if we ate
Yeah.
eel. If you said that, we would have said, yeah, we ate
I've
eel.
never eaten eel in my life.
Would you try it?
Yes. Would you try?
I mean, you guys ate it and came out fine, so yeah, of
Right.
course.
I'm dead.
Would I eat
What?
live eel? No. You're bugging.
Tariq, in what way did you eat it? Like, did you cook it, prepare
It
it?
was grilled.
Grilled. I ate it fried,
Interesting.
actually. Hmm.
Interesting because it's like the bone's literally like right down the middle. Too,
Right.
so
They ain't got no bones.
What did you think of it, actually?
I don't remember because I mean, of course, it was a while ago. But I mean, from when I had it, I remember I did like it. It wasn't bad. Like it was pretty good.
Do you
I
have it
think-
inside of pasta? Or by
No,
itself?
it was just what our family meal. So what we made for the day. That's like we had like everything. I don't remember like what we had it with exactly, but
That's fire.
You know, you remember having it part
I
of.
just remember like literally I have videos of like my teacher doing the demo, like how to like take the skin off, and then I literally like was doing like the demo, like was actually doing it and stuff on him, and like she was like, all right, like are you gonna do it? So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll cook it and stuff like that. So like, yeah, that was it. That's what I remember. I don't really remember like tasting it like that, but I did have it.
If I remember correctly, I thought it tasted really tough, but I don't know if it was like overcooked. Question mark? Cause it was mad small.
Question mark.
Like, if like I don't really remember very well either, just because I think I was really young. Like,
Yeah.
definitely more than 10 years, at least 10 years ago at this point.
I'll have to find the video of me actually.
More than that, I would say probably.
Yeah, I'll have to find a video of me actually like peeling it and actually like post that because I do remember that. I just don't remember trying it.
That'd be dope seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to go back to the archives from my time in Italy. I have a bunch of recipes from Italy, but they're all in Italian too. So
I wonder if my dad peeled the eel when he fried it. Maybe that's why it was tough. Like, now that I'm thinking about the method behind the madness, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
that's crazy. 'Cause
Right.
I remember like how we did it was basically we took like a piece of like twine string or whatever. We tied it to like the sink, and then like we tied the head of this eel, and then it was like we like kind of like slit like the middle of like basically made a slit in the on the eel. It kind of tore like the skin off or something like that. That's what I remember.
So you kind of like started it with a knife, and then the twine was around the fish,
It was
and it was connected to the,
the sink,
and then
yeah.
you pulled the fish along in the tweel.
and
twine.
just kind of like just peeled it back basically.
Eh.
I think it was more like tied. I think that was just kind of like a trick so it's not slipping on my hands while I'm like trying to peel it and stuff. So
It sounds like the fabricating on fish almost.
basically, it's a little
That
bit
shit
like
is
that.
slimy as hell. I hate working with monkfish.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Fuck around, cut your hand. It's
Monkfish. Oh my god, my dad caught one time out here. It was like the one and only time he ever caught it. And he was like, it was so cute. He was like so proud of it. He was like, it's so ugly, I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it was actually really dope, like, cause he like did some research on it and like found out that that's what it was. And I was like, no shit, like that's really cool.
Yeah, you guys taste good.
Have you
Yeah,
ever-
I think if I remember.
Have you guys ever gone fishing?
Yeah, one time.
I remember
Twice.
like
Twice.
I went fishing with my dad a couple of times, but I was really young, and I think like I didn't necessarily have the patience for it, and so I just like it was not my thing like growing up. I would love to try and go fishing again. Honestly, I think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just because it'd be a different experience. I feel like I have a different mentality behind it now. I think I would just need somebody to kind of guide me through it.
To how to do it.
Yeah.
It's really a patience game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of waiting around. If you're not like a professional, it's a lot of waiting around and stuff. But yeah, I went like maybe like 2 or 3 times and stuff, and it's honestly it's really fun. 'Cause we went deep sea fishing in Cape Cod. And it was like it's just
these different vibes.
yeah.
Mhm.
But the crazy thing was like everybody was just getting sick, and it's just like oh no, like I'm not
like thrown up.
like just
Seasick.
Yeah, just like getting seasick.
That
and
motion
stuff.
from the. Bro.
Luckily I didn't and stuff, but like I don't think I the first time we went I didn't catch anything. The second time I caught a few things and it was like a few like scups or whatever. And then I think the third time I went, that's when I caught like a couple of things.
Mm.
But it was like, again, just small things, but I was actually getting the hang of it at that time. But yeah, honestly, yeah, that was the only time we went fishing.
How long ago was that?
This was when end of high school, and I think the last time I went was about sophomore. I think going into sophomore year, either going into sophomore year or going into junior year.
Okay.
Or into junior year or something like that. But I mean, me, my dad, Nazir, and a bunch of our friends going. So.
Deep sea though, that's crazy.
Right, yeah.
That's
That shit's dangerous out there.
That's
Mhm.
different.
Mm-hmm. Fishermen really be putting their lives.
Bro, what
on
is that
the
show?
line.
Wildest Catch?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been watching that?
No.
You ever seen it? Bro,
Definitely.
you couldn't pay me, bro, to be out there
Me
doing
either.
that shit, bro.
Fuck that shit.
What?
Mm-hmm.
They just be walking to the side of the boat, just get slammed by waves, bro. Just go flying across the ship. Like, what, bro?
Nah, I
Come
could
catch
never.
them fish. I'm like,
I could never.
fuck that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. But I mean, just going once in a while, I'm with that. I can do that.
Yeah. Alright. Big fisherman over here.
Big fish.
Nah.
So you can definitely cook eel with the skin on. I just like looked up like how to skin an eel, and there's a recipe for like whole roasted eel and it has a skin on it.
So
So
they utilize the skin.
yeah. Place the eel into a pan or a cast iron with oil. Roast until the skin is crispy and browned, and the meat is tender, about 20 to 25 minutes. Immediately serve with lemon, salt, pepper, sauce of choice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't ruin my cast iron.
Roasting some eel in
No,
there.
you know, I'm gonna try to get some eel and show it on the show one day.
That'd be dope, actually, yeah.
I'm gonna show the whole demonstration how to
Bring it in the bucket. Bring them live.
Alive.
Bring them live, and Andrew's gonna eat one on the show. Mixing
Oh
up checks
my
we
God.
called it right here.
No.
Bring them in the bucket.
Actually,
Bring the
no.
bucket. Oh my
Please,
god.
that is animal cruelty. No,
Is it?
I guess.
I don't think it is.
Question mark? Isn't an eel an animal?
ASPCA is listening, so I don't know.
It's part of the ocean. We eat everything else in the ocean. Am I wrong?
We eat shrimp.
Yeah, it's a fish. It's an animal. It's
Yeah.
definitely like a living thing.
Shrimp's like the bug of the sea, though.
It is.
And lobster.
Shrimps aren't.
And crabs.
Shrimps are not good for you either.
They're not. They're
They're
so
really not.
high in sodium. Oh my
Are
god.
they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just the bottom of the ocean, like you just said. Like
It's literally
Yeah,
eating all the
we're
shit.
eating what fish are trying to eat.
Alright,
That I-
because y'all eat bacon too, but you can't.
Look, I'm
You
not.
should cut bacon out of your diet.
I'm not
It's very
saying-
bad.
Yes, I know.
You should, but are
No
you?
shrimp, no bacon.
I can't eat shrimp all die,
She
so
can't
that's
have
fine.
shrimp anyway.
No bacon wrapped shrimp.
Again, I'm saying it's that.
Maybe
but
some
am I
bacon
going
wrapped
to? No.
scallops though with
No
maple
cap.
syrup. We talking.
That's what maple-
With the maple syrup though?
Yeah,
That sounds
with like
fire.
a maple glaze type deal going
That's-
on.
that's
Like
fire.
candied bacon type with the scallops. Yeah,
I was gonna say we
y'all
did
know what's going on.
We did the bacon wrap scallops for the one anniversary,
Mhm.
but we didn't do it with no maple. We
Well,
should've did that,
maple,
yeah.
when maple syrup, maple syrup, and gets it all like glazed up and all
You know what's
caramelized
fire?
and delicious.
Bacon wrapped dates stuffed with blue cheese.
That sounds crazy. I've
Yeah.
definitely heard of that
Yeah.
before. I've never tried it, but
That
I've
shit
always
is
wanted
fire.
to.
That shit is fire.
Mm.
Blue cheese inside.
In
Yeah,
the date.
in the
So
date.
you take out the pit and then you fill the date up with blue
Okay.
cheese.
And
Or
then
you just
wrap
wrap
that
it with
bitch.
prosciutto.
Oh my lord.
Prosciutto and fig. Stop playing.
Nah, that's them some hors d'oeuvres.
Nah, and some
Them
pasta.
some hors d'oeuvres. That ass. Literally, you ain't had to do that on the mic though. But
See, we got
I
the
can do whatever I want.
we got
on
the
my mic,
AO
okay?
button on the
Which
the-
one? Where is
it? Where is it? Where is it?
I think it's the third one. I don't know.
third going down,
I
like
think it's
1, 2, 3.
under the red button. I think so.
I don't know. Wait.
I don't know if it did.
Oh my god, if that, try the other one.
Oh.
Wow, never mind. Don't try it now. He didn't even have the name.
Hey yo.
I
And
was
then
at the
wait,
dude.
try,
Yeah,
try
hey,
the,
yo, what
hey
the-
yo.
What the fuck?
Try the other button, turn that one off and then turn the other one.
Which one?
No,
Wait, no,
I just-
turn it back
yeah.
up, yeah, and then play the third one down.
This one.
No.
No.
So
that's,
yeah.
I think that's your twinkles.
Oh, is that my twinkle?
I
Yeah,
think
keep
so.
going that quick. Alright, but we're live right now, so.
We are live.
Yeah. All right, dude. What's next?
What's next? I'm really kind of feeling a little spiritually. So like.
The twinkle.
Yeah, let's get into Kayla's
I
song.
hope that was a twinkle.
Yeah,
I
hope that was a twinkle.
Did you have the sound up on that? Like, when you pressed it, did you have the sound up?
He didn't even put
Yeah.
that
Let's
shit.
get into Kayla's segment.
Yay, the twinkle. Oh, my twinkle fingers again.
Alright, now it's up. But yeah.
So, going into my topic today, guys, I'm calling it New Year, New Me. Right? Okay, like always.
Boy.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys a couple of tips. So 4 tips in regards to incorporating spirituality into your New Year's goals or your resolutions. Sometimes they may be a little out of reach, or they might just be like things that we say we want to do, but like how do we actually get them done? You know what I mean? But I wanted to pinpoint 4 that I think are like really easy to just implement and actually practice on a daily basis. So the first one for me, I think, is the most important, which is why I wanted to put it as number 1, because honestly, like, even though I wrote these things down, like, there's probably gonna be times where I'm not doing some of these things as much as I will try to do them.
And that's
but
honesty.
yeah, that is honesty. Like, so number 1, keeping a journal. Now, that's something that as a young adult, like when I was younger, like in high school, I always really wanted to write and like keep a journal, but I never really had like the motivation to do so. Now, when we were in college, I think it was 2nd year, we had that writing class. I'm not sure if you guys what teacher you had.
Journalism.
Yeah, I had I think her name was Angela something.
Was that 2nd year?
Was that 2nd year or 1st year?
I think it was end of 1st year or something.
It might have been end of 1st year, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my professor, her name was like Angela something, but if you had her, like one of the projects that she had for us throughout the class was to keep a journal. Literally every single day we had to keep a journal for the whole entire class.
Yep.
And at the end of the class, we basically had to write, like, answer questions or like write something in regards to our journal entries. Or I can't remember exactly how the grading worked, but anyway.
I think we had that.
It was just like we had to keep a journal, right? And obviously I was kind of obligated to do so, so I did it. But I actually fucking loved doing it when I was done, and I continued to do so probably for another year going into it. So probably during the 2nd year of school while we were there. But what I found was that, like keeping that journal allowed me to look back on my life and recognize the small things, like these little things that would happen, throughout the course of my day that would like make me feel really good, recognizing like the importance of, the daily things that happen in our lives. Because a lot of times we live so on go and so fast that this shit just flies right by us, and at the end of the day we can't remember what we fucking did yesterday or 3 weeks ago, or the fact that somebody made us like feel super good at the most like unexpected moment, and it completely changed it could have changed like our lives.
Yeah, the most simplest compliment
Yeah.
someone could have gave us, and we didn't realize it because we were just moving so fast.
Exactly, yeah. So I think that's the most important one for me. Because even if it's a sentence that you write down every day, and it could be in the morning or at night, I think it's just, again, about being able to look back on that and reflect on it, which is like huge for us as human beings, being able to reflect on what we've done in the past so that we know how to move forward, right? But so that was my first one. And I also wrote down like daily recap / weekly highlights, because we're all busy, definitely, and maybe doing it on a daily might not be as convenient for us, but maybe doing it weekly, on a Friday night after we're done with our work weeks, or on a Saturday night, when we're just like trying to recap on the week and wind down exactly before we start a new one. I was writing down a couple of those things. There was actually, one of my favorite motivational speakers, or just like mentors, basically, his name is Jay Shetty. I don't know if I've ever spoken to you guys about him, but I came across him from a podcast. I want to say maybe around last year. Was it last year? Maybe towards the end of like 2020 2020 going into the beginning of 2021. And I came across this podcast because obviously like I was going through some really difficult times in my family. I lost my grandmother and then I lost my father. And being able to deal with that, like I was trying to find ways. And so I would catch myself a lot of times just kind of in my thoughts. And I wanted to kind of break that cycle of me just being in my head so much. And I thought, what better way to do so than using, you know, the capabilities of podcasts versus music sometimes, because I could get bored of music easily and listen to people talk about these types of things. I mean, very similar to therapy, where going to someone, like talking to them, hearing them basically repeat back to you everything and being able to reflect in that way. So I was scrolling on YouTube yesterday, a couple days ago, and I watched a video of him and this gentleman that he had on as a guest named Jim Quick, I believe was his name. But right after that, I watched another video. It was like a small clip of him on the Ellen Show. And basically, you know, she wanted him to talk about gratitude. And what he basically said was, you know, practicing gratitude in our daily lives and being able to show like the amazing things that are happening. So like thinking of gratitude as like a seed that's growing into a life, right? So like it's a seed that's planted and there's like a tree and fruit that grows from it, or like a stem or a stalk and a flower that blooms from it. And thinking of gratitude like that instead of being the weed, right, in our lives, which could be represented by like sadness or disappointment, anger, resentment, and channeling that energy to be able to start a new day fresh with that same mentality. So his recommendation was actually to journal on a daily, but journal at night and journal about something that you're grateful for. So that way you go to sleep in a grateful mindset, because when you're being grateful, you can't be anything else. None of those other emotions come into play. And then when you wake up, you're automatically programmed to start in that gratitude mindset. So you're happy, you're grateful for something in your life, and that's how you're starting off the day, which is a fucking amazing way to start off the day. Like, who doesn't want to start off like that, right? And a lot of times, like, nowadays, it sucks because our phones are so accessible, and we literally wake up and we look at them right away, and everything on there is negative, like, dead ass, and there's, like, not a lot of grateful things for you to, like, wake up to.
I know damn well
on there. You said Drew,
Sunday morning, I'll wake up 7 in the morning. Drew's the first person to send me something on Twitter.
Dead
ass. Dead ass.
Yo, Twitter is my wake up app, bro.
See, exactly. But that's so bad. But anyway, so
Wait, what?
But so that was like the first little tip, was just about keeping a journal to help us, you know, maintain that gratitude in regards to the small things that happen in our lives. The second tip is gonna be, you know, to seek spiritual guidance. So it could be just simply as going online and finding online material like blogs. I follow a lot of like Instagram and social media pages that are about like motivation and spirituality, and people that do like daily horoscopes and stuff like that, so that I'm submerging myself with this information regardless of like what application I'm like opening or what I'm exactly looking into. And you know, I'm just like learning more and more and more. Or, you know, going towards books and doing research on your own, doing online research on your own, like reading through. I know there's like online schools and stuff too that like you can get literally certificates and degrees from, or just as simple as reaching out to a professional that's local to you, you know, somebody that is doing specifically like what you're inclined into like learning about, I guess you could say. So whether it's, you know, you want to get your tarot cards read, or you want to practice some Reiki and get some Reiki done, or you want to see your aura, get some aura imaging and be able to read your aura. You know, there's literally a little bit of everything, where it could even like going back to like religion is like connecting back more with your church and going to groups and activities that is happening, you know, at your local church. That's, you know, being able to be surrounded by physical people definitely will help you, you know, seek that like guidance from somebody else and from an external source where, you know, not everything has to be like figured out just by you. I mean, what is life? Learning, right? Learning from other people and being able to share that knowledge. Number 3 was to find an accountability partner, which when I was doing some research and kind of getting some ideas on like what I kind of wanted to write down, or you know, kind of what I wanted to start implementing or what I practice on a daily, this is something that I thought was awesome. Like, it's basically like if we were in school, right? Who would be our accountability partner? Basically our professors or our teachers, because we have assignments to do and we need to hand it in to them, and they're gonna give us a grade, right?
Or
So
friends who are motivating us.
Exactly. So a friend, like, you know, and I wrote down here, the podcast is that for me. Being able to dive deeper into my spirituality and share with you guys the things that I'm learning and the things that I practice on a daily basis is basically what keeps me going. You know, like, I mean, I do this for myself, but it's physically providing me that, you know, like, proof of, okay, I have this, and this written down, like, this is what I'm presenting to the podcast this week. That's, you guys are my accountability partners. So it could, you know, even, like, your girl, your wife, right? Like,
shout out to his wife.
Going to her, like, once a week, like, hey, like, I'm so grateful that you did this, and this for me this week. Thank you for this, and this. Or showing something, expressing something to her, you know what I mean? Like, last week with I see my gift right on there, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, look, like, Kayla got me this. It's the Star tarot card drawn on it. Like, that's literally just any little thing, you know what I mean? So, like, being able to find somebody that you can kind of report to in quotes will definitely help you stay on top of that. I know a lot of times for me, I'm not, like, I lose my motivation because I don't have somebody that's like pressuring me to, like, oh, I have to make sure that I have this done to, like, show it to them. So that was number 3. And then number 4, I thought was really fun. I'm a very, like, DIY person, hands-on. I mean, obviously we're chefs. Everything that we create is with our hands. I thought I would include this in there would be crafting a vision board. I know for a lot of people, like, or even like a digital one, right? You can use, there's a bajillion applications. One that I really like is Canva, for you to be able to create just a vision board, like a DIY project, so that you can connect with your creativity, and then it's also going to benefit your future. You know, it's this thing that if you do it, like, for example, say I did it on my laptop and I created a Canva vision board with a bunch of pictures of things that I want to accomplish in 2023, and I just set that as my background on my laptop. I'm literally looking at that every day, and I'm like, damn, yeah, I want to get to that point. Like, what do I have to do to get to that point, you know? Like, I thought that was a really cool way, or, again, physically, like, literally making, like, a vision board out of literally anything. I know, like, most people do with, like, magazine cutouts or, like, printings and stuff like that, and, like, glue it all together. But I thought that was, you know, really cool. A couple little ways, like I said, you know, that I want to start implementing these for my own, and then I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it would be really cool just in any little way to, like, start the new year off right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Canva is a fire app.
I love Canva.
That's a great website.
Yes.
I use that for, like, menus and stuff.
I was gonna say, you know, I can dive into it a little bit more later when we're talking about our businesses, because that will be a topic on today. Because that's kind of how I came across it, was to use on my business to create Instagram posts, to create flyers, menus, etc. Yeah, so that was my topic for today.
Okay.
I hope you guys implement some of these things. I mean, like you said, your friends, you immediately were able to recognize that off the bat. So it's like, I know that you guys already kind of implement some of these things.
Definitely, like, when you say, like, you know, having someone that can hold you accountable, like, that was the first thing. When you said school and you said chefs, like, our teachers and stuff, I instantly thought of, like, how, like, we were, like, okay, me and Drew, we had our talks, this is going on, this is what's happening, and stuff like that. Me and whoever was there, if it was Albert, Laura, Alex, or Joey, Dom, something like that, or even with Kayla,
Shug.
Shug was a big shout out to India. India was a big person that like kind of helped a lot, like in school. Like she was going through it with us, but she like her timeline. She helped. Like she was like one of the smartest people there, like in my class. So like she was a big help with a lot of that stuff. So definitely having someone that can hold you accountable with what you're doing, that's a big one.
I think with anything too, not just necessarily like virtuality, but I mean in life, we always need accountability for everything that we do. Because if not, then we fucking wouldn't do shit. So like, damn, that's just it.
Because if nothing's motivating you, then what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. But word of the day.
Yeah, word of the day. Today, the word of the day is blanching. Blanching means to start cooking something for a short. This guy.
He said, laid up.
Blanching to cook something for a short amount of time. Usually when you're blanching, you're doing this with vegetables or potatoes. So basically, an example is when I did my show on Saturday, I did French fries. I showed how I blanch my potatoes because you want to start kind of just getting that bite to it, that little softness to it, and letting it cool off. Some ways that actually helps blanching is when you're using ice baths, when you're using vegetables. And of course, when I did my my French fries, you know, I kind of say, you know, hey, you want your oil to be at like 250, 275. You don't want it too hot because that's when it's just going to cook. You want it to be just a little cooked, a little soft. So once you get back to refrying it later, that's when you get the crispiness on your fries and stuff like that. So blanching is the word of the day. It's a really big one in the industry, especially when you're using vegetables for later for service or you're doing French fries. And when you're doing homemade French fries from scratch and you're doing fresh potatoes and stuff, that is a big thing, especially if you don't want to have French fries that look like they're already cooked all the way through, because then it's going to be mushy and it's not going to be fresh for service, basically. So blanch is a really big one.
Also, your veggies.
Veggies is like one of the big ones we learned first. It was like blanch your vegetables.
But I wasn't even just talking about that. It was just the differences between like
the acidity
and
the
stuff like that. What you need to have in the water if you're based on what type of vegetable you're blanching compared to like, for example, broccoli and cauliflower. Like you can't just put salt water with cauliflower. You gotta cook it with some vinegar. Right?
Yeah, something like that. There's certain vegetables.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
There's certain vegetables where because when you blanch green beans and like broccoli, the water's gonna turn green because of the coloring on it. You don't want to go exactly. You don't want to add cauliflower after and blanch that because it's gonna mess up what cauliflower is.
Yeah, you're gonna basically dye the cauliflower green.
Exactly.
At that point.
So that's a big thing with just knowing, and it's a good thing to know what order you're gonna blanch a lot of your vegetables in. So like we just said, cauliflower and green beans. You rather do your cauliflower first and then do your green beans next.
So I know what this is, what blanching is. Obviously, I mean I've done it a bajillion times, but can you describe for the audience exactly what the steps in blanching are?
So basically, for vegetables, of course you want to get your water to come into a boil. Of course, you add in your vegetables. So say green beans. You want your green beans to cook for about 2 to 4 minutes at most. You don't 2 to 3, 2 to 4. Like you don't want them to be cooking for no longer than that. Once you take your green beans out, you want to put it into an ice bath. An ice bath is basically ice and some cold water. And once you put in sauces, soups, or your vegetables or anything you put into an ice bath, it's going to help cool the process down a lot faster than just putting it into the refrigerator or the walk-in, basically.
Which is called.
Basically, it prevents over carrying or carry
shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah,
oh.
shocking.
It's like shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Yes.
So,
and it prevents carry over cooking.
Exactly.
So again, if you go your broccoli for 4 minutes and you take it out, if you just put it in the fridge, it's still gonna just carry over. You want to put it into an ice bath. You want to have some cold running water running over it.
Ice water.
You can have ice water. Or you can just have nice cold running water as well. But I would definitely say use an ice bath. Ice baths will make it go faster.
That and ice bath helps with the brightness of the green.
Yes, definitely. And so,
go ahead.
I was just gonna further that thought, right? Just so that you guys kind of get an idea of the complete process. So it's like, take the green beans, right? You blanch it, then you shock it, and then you store it in the fridge. When it comes down, when it's time to service, you have it on your line, you get an order ready for your green beans, you pull them out, and then you basically finish them cooking. Like, if you're gonna do them in like a sauce or whatever, so that they don't get overcooked, and they retain that like crispness, that freshness,
That
you know,
brightness, how
that
they're supposed
brightness.
to be eaten.
Exactly
Yes.
how they're so like. Remember how we were talking last week about, or 2 weeks ago, about foods we didn't like,
Yeah.
and I said like carrots, like cooked carrots, because they were always overcooked. That shit was just fucking mush in my mouth. It was nasty. I was like, I'm not a fucking baby to be eating mushy ass carrots. Like, I did not like
What was
it.
it, yellow?
So.
Hey, yo.
So,
This guy.
but yeah, until, you know, I actually had like a properly cooked carrot where it was like blanched and then shocked and then finished, like that shit is like, I feel like that's kind of what makes it, you know what I mean? So like being able to understand what your final product is gonna be will help you kind of understand the whole entire process from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, again, like we said, you know, recommend using an ice bath. That ice bath is going to be very important to shocking your vegetables or whatever you have. I wouldn't say, now when you're frying potatoes and you want to blanch them, don't do that, because then it's just going to get soft and it's just getting mushy. And you don't really want to put water on potatoes.
Oh yeah, so yeah, with blanching, like potatoes is basically the only exception where blanching is used, like it's the same term that's used, but instead of being it boiling water and then ice water, it's basically a low temp oil and then a high temp oil. So like Tariq said at first, you're basically cooking your potatoes at a lower temperature so that the insides could start getting nice, soft and fluffy, and then you finish them off at a higher temperature so that you can get that nice crust on the outside and get them nice and crunchy.
Yep. So even with that, so you can actually do an ice bath with potatoes if you're boiling them in water.
Oh
so
yeah,
like if you
first
do like,
and then you dry them.
so if you do
before
like home,
finish them
if
in
you
the
do like
oil.
home fries
Yeah.
or something like that, and you do it like, you know, blanch in the water and then take them out, yeah, you can do it in an ice bath.
Yeah.
That would be a little exception. But
Yeah.
even then, potatoes, you still really want to do an ice bath.
At least French fries per se.
Exactly.
Because I
French
feel like the
fries-
cut is kind of what makes the difference in this situation.
Exactly. For French fries, you don't want to use an ice bath. For vegetables, or if you're using potatoes for just
Wedges.
blanching water,
Wedges, yeah.
exactly.
For
That's
ice,
where
yeah.
you can use an ice bath, and shocking comes into play, basically.
I love that we gave this tip, guys. Like, I love potatoes and veggies, and like, I think, I mean, they're such an integral part in our diet, you know, and it's like, you gotta know how to cook it.
What's
Another
your-
culinary tip. Red velvet is just chocolate with red food dye in it.
Dead ass. It's chocolate and vanilla with red food coloring.
There's no red batter. It's
Well,
just
it's
chocolate
red,
cake.
but that's
There's
just
no red.
artificially
There's
red.
no red
Don't let them
flour.
fool you out.
There's
Just like this drink is artificially red.
yes,
Alright,
grenadine.
this is natural from cherries.
My ass.
No, I was actually gonna ask you guys, what are your favorite like cuts of French fries?
Gaufrette, aka waffle.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know the term. It was like, what the hell
Me
did you just
either.
say?
I same.
Gaufrette is the
Go for it.
cut, the French terminology
For a waffle cut fry.
for waffle fries.
I like me like a classic French fry, like between thin and thick. Like it can't be too thick where it's like soggy as fuck. I like a little crunch on there.
I think we're using the board wrong, because I know we had applause on there too, so you might applause it. I don't know what to do.
I hope you applaud.
I hope I didn't applause it. Fuck.
It's fine. We're still learning, guys. We're still learning.
We are still learning.
We're still learning.
We should have those AirPod Pros. Apple
really
fucking
do.
sponsor us.
Yeah,
Come on, we need
shout out
this shit
Apple.
right
We
now.
really need this
Because we need to be able to
MVP.
hear ourselves as
Yo,
we're recording.
yo, Apple, you
so
done
we
with
can make
MPC?
sure we don't sound crazy.
Yeah, you know me.
Yo, oh my goodness.
Oh my
What's it?
God.
Oh, so yeah, you said waffle fries. You said just a regular cut. I would agree with waffle fries. I would say waffle fries is the best one.
Especially when they're just done fresh, crisp out
Yeah.
the fryer. Like,
Yeah.
yo, that is different. Shout out Chick-fil-A because they only do it the right way. You feel me?
Very true.
But
But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's not really a confession, because I mean I think everyone knows. I'm more of an onion ring guy than fries.
ew.
I didn't know that.
I'm
Ew.
more of an onion. Certain people know that, but I mean, it's
Ew.
not really more of like I hide it, nothing like like that.
Ew,
I would rather
you see
have
how
onion
Kayla
rings.
pulled her mic away from you? That's nasty.
I would rather have onion rings than fries.
She said, "Ooh, he gonna get onion juice on that shit."
I'm freaking dead. Some nice beer batter, onion rings.
Nah, I love me some onion rings.
Y'all
for
bugging.
sure.
Y'all want your breath stinking all day long. I know y'all.
Onion
eat,
rings?
If you eat onion rings, you definitely eat a bag of Funyuns.
Nah,
Look at you.
Not anymore.
lying.
You don't think
Not
I brush
anymore.
my teeth?
Look,
When I was a kid,
Look at him,
when I was a kid,
anymore.
stop lying like you didn't eat Funyuns when you were a kid.
Bro. The only time I ate Funyuns was when we were trying to survive at CIA, and you had them.
And that's not when I
And
didn't
you
eat
had them.
Funyuns.
You had.
I did not
Funyuns,
eat
and I
Funyuns at
ate them
school.
in your dorm room. I remember.
That is cap.
I remember.
That is
remember.
cap.
Bro, we was starving at that school, bro. If you ain't had no green or blue points, you was out of luck, bro.
Dead ass.
Even when you
Gold
had
points,
green and blue points,
and
you
then
still
gold
It was
didn't
so
like
out
suck.
of luck.
Gold points was a rarity, bro. If you
Look,
had gold points
I'm
and
telling
niggas knew, you get
Yeah.
I'm telling
You
you,
can't
not-
jump for real.
You ain't jump nobody for no
Nah,
gold points.
I ain't
Nah.
I'm telling y'all.
But I'm gonna threaten them and stand behind them in line and be like, swipe your card, bro.
Wait till y'all see more like CIA students come on. Like y'all
Yeah.
are really gonna see, oh, this is what really happened. Like we said a lot of good things last week and told y'all the snippets. Wait till we really get into
Yeah, there's
it.
some crazy shit that happens.
It's gonna get fun, but it's gonna be crazy and wild. It's gonna be a real ride like we had.
We really went to Hogwarts though, for real.
Yeah.
For real though.
Ferguson Hall was the
Yeah, we really did.
Shit was crazy.
Right. Instead of wands, we had knives.
Facts.
I mean,
disinfectant,
hey,
sure.
what magic did we cook up?
We really did a lot.
Ooh.
I remember when Tariq's class cooked up so much magic, they flooded the storeroom.
Bro, oh my goodness. All right, no, I can tell that story. That was funny. So it's second year, we was in Americas, and we was morning class. So we basically went into class, we prepped everything. We're about to get ready for service. We go upstairs and do our lesson for the day and stuff like that. So I don't know who and I don't know why, but someone left their sink on. And if all the CIA students who was in Savory knows, the Americas class was right above the storeroom. So the water was literally left going while we went upstairs to our lesson plan. Everyone comes back downstairs, whole kitchen's flooded with water. We're trying to clean it up. Storeroom calls us, hey, is something leaking up there? Cause it's leaking down here.
Oh my god.
Yo, we're like, yeah, we're cleaning it up. We're cleaning it up. I literally could just remember. I turn around, Chef Rowe. Everyone knows, Chef Rowe. Man walks in, sees it, walks out. Comes back in, he goes, group leader. And literally walks right back out with him. It's just like, bro. And we really just flood the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not the only class that did it. There's plenty of classes that did it too.
You were in Americas?
I was in America. I was in Americas.
I remember that because I was storeroom duty that day.
Uh-huh.
And we went to the storeroom to get the order. And literally they were like, yeah, we're not doing it right now because there's an accident. That's an accident. And they were like, yeah, like there's leaking through the ceiling.
Bro.
I wonder what day that was, because I was definitely there, so we probably couldn't pick up our storeroom order that day, or until later.
I don't remember what day that was.
Do you remember the storeroom though? Like, do you actually remember the people that worked in there were so miserable?
Yeah, they definitely were.
They
They worked at a storeroom in a culinary school.
Bro, they hated whenever they got a storeroom order. I'm like, isn't this your job,
That
bro?
ass.
Bro.
Like, it's so easy, just put together fucking food.
I was like,
Like,
yeah,
your grocery shopping.
I
It's
didn't get-
basically Instacart, but like, you're just prepping
I
the
was
orders
like, yo,
for
onions
the
aren't
kids
in
that
the
pick
bag.
up.
Onions, they're not on the order. Yes, they are. They're right here.
Bro,
When you have to show them the
They
order,
used to mess up the orders on purpose
So
just
bad.
because if we didn't have that stuff,
they would go to
and
the
chef would be like, why didn't you check the order? Did you check the order? Where's the sheet at? We'd be like, we didn't check it, chef. Oh, so you didn't check everything in? That's your grade. No, that's everybody's grade for the day. You'd be like, bro, what do you mean?
They really
Bro,
used
we
to-
used to make stock and fundamentals and literally give it to the storerooms just to sell it back to us. Like,
Right.
bro, that's messed up.
I mean, they're teaching us. It's part
They
of the
were.
process. Yeah.
It was different.
They had to do something with all that fucking stock.
I know. We was making double stocks in 2 classes every single
Make sure you
start.
clean the stock pot. Oh my
The kettles.
bro.
Oh boy, the kettles.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Everybody be ready, especially on a Friday, yo, when everybody's ready for the door. Everybody headed out for the weekend, yo, and here you go. Yeah, clean the stock pots. You're like, bro. You know you're missing the first party, bro, because you just gonna be in there all night long, just scrubbing that shit.
Everyone, you walk in the door, bro. Let's go, hurry up, Sean. Let's go.
Everybody dressed and ready, and
Like,
you're
bro,
just
I
not
didn't
coming back from class.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I didn't even eat yet.
Like,
Right.
bro,
Give me
That
a
shit
second.
Everybody
Second
shoving
year,
drinks
I
in your
think
face.
First year I had classes only in the morning, but I think second year I had, I think both years I had classes,
I had class.
I don't
at
think
night.
my classes at night were until
Fundies was
really
from the
late.
morning to like late
No,
at night.
Fundies for us
6
was at night.
Fundies for me was in the morning.
No,
I was there at like,
first year.
wait, was it?
No,
I
Fundies
think it
was a
at
long
night
ass
too.
class because you would go in the morning and you wouldn't get out till like 6.
No.
Yeah, actually, because
No.
we had dinner
Yeah.
from
No,
Fundies.
so
yeah.
remember for us, because we had 4 different Fundies groups. Because mine was Tuesday, yours was Wednesdays. We had it in the afternoon. We had Fundies.
Mine was in the morning.
No, bro, it was in the afternoon.
The first year.
Yes.
So second year was morning.
year was when we did morning.
Yeah,
classes.
second year was morning
Word.
classes.
Because remember, we
Mhm.
did Garmage, we did the graduation and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we were switching our classes every 3 weeks second year.
Exactly. So
those are
first
around
year
that.
we had all of our classes in the afternoon, our cooking classes in the afternoon.
Yeah, because we had our academics in the
and
morning.
academics in
Mhm.
mornings and stuff.
And then it
But-
switched basically.
Academics was fun.
Yeah.
Those days was lit.
Nah.
I liked academics.
Culinary math was the worst class.
No, that was the
Culinary math and
Bro.
product knowledge was the worst
the
class.
one reason I went to culinary school, bro. The one
math.
reason was to avoid math.
You still have to do math.
Just avoid
It's so
math.
You still do have to
basic
do
though.
math.
It's so
But,
fucking
bro,
basic, but
nah,
like.
that's so
When we got our itinerary, like our schedule, and I seen my first class was culinary math, I literally said,
Mhm.
wait, what?
Mhm.
Culinary math? I was like,
You thought you were just
Bull.
gonna get away from your core
Bro.
subjects, bro. Like,
Bro,
it's
math
still
was
needed for your
different.
degree.
like, don't get me wrong, it's not no geometry, it's not no trigonometry, nothing crazy, but like,
Conversions. and
it
stuff
was
like-
different.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't keen with all your like ounces to gallons and all that, if you wasn't familiar with your G-man, it's crazy, bro.
The crazy thing is, we said today, yeah, let's not go into CIA stories, and we diving into.
Still
what I'm
going
saying.
into, of course we will.
We're gonna have so much more nonsense
Yeah.
too. It's so funny. But yeah, that's my word of the day. What's the word on the street? With Drewski.
Word on the street, nothing crazy is going on. You know, everybody's chilling because it's around the holidays and stuff like that. So I figured before, this was our last episode of 2022. So
Mhm.
we might as well just give it a little wrap up on what was going on. Like, what was your favorite moment throughout this entire year?
Ooh,
There's been a lot.
there has been a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot.
We did do a lot.
We did a lot. Which is crazy because this kind of gets into our topic for the day, which is our businesses,
Basically.
our 3 small businesses.
Mhm.
Right off the bat, the first one I was to kind of say is, well, you're gonna say this one, but I will lead into the next one. Was when me and Kayla did a pop-up shop,
Yes. Ooh, I love the pop of the shop.
and the first one we did was the steak and
mini
cheese
cheesesteak.
with the Cajun
Yeah,
fries.
with the Cajun
That was
fries.
fire.
That shit was bomb as fuck.
And then we-
Anybody that had that sandwich knows they ate that shit. It was delicious and they got fucked
It
up.
was. It
And they
was
had-
very
fucked
good.
up.
And they had the ketchup, which was infused too.
Mhm.
Like that was a really good one.
I was
And
like,
then-
"Damn, why am I so fried right now?"
That
smoke.
this shit was 100 milligrams between both those ketchups. Yup.
And then
ate
we
the
did-
whole shit.
And then we did
Put one of them on the
battle.
sandwich, the other one for the
Big
fries.
shell.
And then we did Battle of the Chefs, which was we got 2
Yes.
in this year. We
Yes.
did Chef Kayla versus Chef Diggum, which was a good battle, and then we did Miss A Buck versus Stevie DoorDash, which was a fun battle and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Those 2 come to mind just because it was like pretty big ones, at least for me. And honestly, this year I just had a lot more catering events, which was dope. Like, I got to meet a lot of different
Good.
people, a lot of
Exactly.
new people. Like, got to try my food, just more events. Oh, and also the fashion show. The fashion show that I did this year was fire.
Yes.
Shout out to Priscilla and K-Pops. Yo, that fashion show was dope. And what that fashion show did was basically give me the hookup with Red Lounge.
Yes.
So that gave us the opportunity to do the battle at Red Lounge,
Look
and gave
at
us
that.
and that gave us opportunity to do the World Cup with Red Lounge.
Opportunities.
I love that.
Opportunities,
Those
which were dope.
connections, baby.
That was dope. And it was funny because literally when I was talking to him when we were setting up for the battle and stuff, like dude George, he was like, yo, like I remember like when like he ordered the quesadillas, they got the quesadillas and stuff. He was like, yo, this was one of the best quesadillas I had. Like, he was like, hey, yo, like you're not like Spanish and stuff like that. I'm like, but he was like, yo, this is a really good one. Like it was really good. I was
Got
like,
that sazon.
I didn't use that.
That flavor, yeah.
So like it was just the opportunities that I got from that, and just a bunch of other catering events. Like we had shout out to my guy Will, who always has a bunch of parties that I've done this year. Like I did 2 of them for him, and he's ordered a bunch of like pans and pies and stuff like that for me this year. So shout out to him definitely. So I mean the opportunities.
Shout out Alchemy too.
Shout out to Alchemy as well. Definitely Simply Sarah and J1 for letting us do the poetry's event there. We're not gonna go to that one. But those are always good. Those are always good.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, to wrap up the year, I mean, that's been the best one. I mean, just to have the team together still after 2 years. So.
Yeah. Honestly. Oh my God, so much. All of that, Tariq, you know,
Columbia.
that first, I was gonna say that first, going back to what you said, that first pop-up shop that we did, doing the infused dinner, or the infused things with Loud Session too, though. That shit was dope because we met some people through them. Yeah, Colombia. Oh my God, I did not want to come back, guys.
We
like,
know. We kept delaying the podcast just so you can come back.
I know, and like actually it was perfect timing because look, everything happens for a reason. But yeah, I love that. The battle, honestly, that was fucking awesome. Like it put me back into my zone. It, you know, reminded me of when I did competitions in high school, which was like so exhilarating to be able to like be doing that again. And it honestly like reminded me how much I actually like doing things like these and being challenged like that. What else can I say? Oh my goodness. I mean, for me personally, being able to spend the summer on the beach was fucking awesome. I love that because I did have a lot of time near the water and to myself, honestly. I mean, just kind of like revamping, you know, going from last year, kind of dealing with Chronicles and all of that, fading into Liquid Gold, kind of what I want to turn that into and what I'm planning for 2023 has been really awesome. Yeah, there's so much. My family, like being able to go, honestly though, Colombia just top.
Yo, the vacations we all took too.
God.
And it was like from literally 3 weeks.
Yes.
Like just 3 weeks back to back to back.
I took vacay, then Tariq went on vacay, and then Drewski went on vacay.
Oh yeah, it was when Kayla went to Miami.
I went to Miami.
Then it was
Miami.
Bro, and then you went to Rolling Loud.
I did go to
Yeah.
And then,
what was it, the week after?
Yeah.
Basically.
And then you came back, and it was literally I went to Jamaica this year. Like, it was literally back to back to back. Like we were having meetings. We're like, all right, I gotta go pack. I gotta go
right.
Trip.
We're doing this that.
Like it was literally like the 3 weeks, and then when we went to Colombia, it was like the trips we had this year was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It was just so much.
It was a hell of a year though, for real.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
I want to say my favorite, to be honest, was starting this. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking finally being able to start the damn podcast. Like let's fucking get it. I love that. I love it.
Actual like accomplishment, actual achievement of a milestone. I feel because we have been talking about it.
Yes.
And it just came to fruition and like, hey, like we're doing the damn thing, so fuck it. Like, but yeah, that of course going on vacation to Florida, seeing Matt, seeing Rook, seeing the old homies. You feel me? Shout out Matt and Rook. I know they're not listening, but whatever.
They better be listening.
Yeah, just every experience we went through this year, to be honest, like whether it was good or bad, like it was all like Kayla said earlier, that's what life is all about, experiences. And to live through them, whatever lesson you learn, like you're a better person and you're bettering yourself every year. So for this next year, it's to all of us, bettering and being better people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man, you said you was gonna mention the blunts and brunch. Nobody take that. I was gonna say it. I'll say it.
bro, like
And
you
then
already
you
mentioned
mentioned
that
it.
though, so like I had to mix
I mean,
it
I
up.
skated around it just so you can throw the.
But-
I threw the oop so you can throw it down. Like, come on.
And then, but also though, this year it's gonna be crazy because we got concerts we gotta hit. We
I was
got
thinking that
adventures,
the other
like,
day.
We even talked about Rolling Loud, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, no,
Might
we
do
have to make that happen.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
gotta go
If it's
together
in
this year.
If it's in the cards, we gonna do that. We
Ain't
gonna be
no other
podcasting
way.
from
Like,
Miami,
yeah,
so.
like, there's
Ain't
gonna
no
be
other
a lot
way.
more trips, and there's gonna be a lot more MPP trips. So like,
This is very true.
like it's gonna be a good year ahead. Like
Yes.
2022 was high, but like 2023 gonna be lit. 2023 is gonna be lit, for real. But yeah, that's all I really got
That's the word on the
for
street.
the word on the street.
Well,
We gotta get something going, like I don't know.
We
Well, look,
gotta
yeah.
record this after.
we're gonna work on the sound. We're
Where's
gonna
the
make
yeah
sure-
button? We hit it.
It's. I
We
think
had to-
you
you
probably-
had to have
You
it.
probably did, honestly.
I probably did. I
remember.
think that was the yellow button.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I think the Lil Jon was the green one. Don't press it. Don't press it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll work on the sound effects. But yeah, let's get into our topics for the day. So our topics for today is our small businesses. The three of us all have some businesses that we are running,
Yo.
whether they're big, smaller than others.
Nah, they all small. They all small.
They're all
All
small, but whether we
Yeah.
work on them every day, every week, or when we can, we all
Yes.
have businesses that
Yeah.
we have. So I mean, I wanted to just throw it to you guys. You know, how did you guys come up with your businesses? What made you want to do it? Basically, I want to actually start with Drew first
Start with me.
because
Yes.
Drew's
Let's hear
is
it.
a lot different from what we're doing on a podcast and what we all do and what we graduated from.
It is.
True.
And that is Second Human.
Yeah.
First of all, what is Second Human?
So, what Second Human is a visual arts multimedia platform. And what we do is we literally put out visual art projects, whether it stems from whatever. It just has a bunch of cool themes. We use models, local models, and what makes us stand out is that we use aerial photography, so we work with drones. And yeah, like, I don't know, like, I just have always, if you, Tariq can attest for this, but I'll sit in the crib, especially Chris too, and Kiana, but I'll literally watch music videos all the time, like on YouTube, like, and you do it too as well, and I'll literally sit down with you and we'll just go music video for music video, and like, I don't know, it's not even about the rapping or anything, but it's about just like the edits and like how they just make this stuff visually appealing to us, because that stuff is like, it really does stand out, and like, I can talk about music videos all day long and like the directors behind it and stuff like that, but I just really like, I wanted to get into that really and just start, I don't know, I like directing and producing and whatever, just putting stuff together, creating
Yeah.
whatever and bringing it to life, like, you know, from that one shoot that I did.
I don't know. I don't know
first
if I
Second Human shoot.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever actually asked you what made you want to do modeling.
This is gonna be good.
Alright, real story, real shit behind the modeling stuff. So I was literally sitting at, when we had the second crib over on Vermont,
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting at the crib and I literally was like, yo, like going through Nike and on the catalog, and I literally seen like all these dudes literally would have the same look as me, slim, like tall, and I was just like, bro, like I can do this shit, like literally I can do that shit.
Deadass.
So I took it upon myself to go look up like male modeling agencies around the area and stuff like that, and one came up, and like I had amateur pictures that I took like just goofing around and stuff like that, so one of the requirements were like, yo, just send us like selfies and stuff. So I sent it
Like a
in.
headshot.
Yeah, like headshots and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I had nothing professionally, but like I sent them in and stuff like that, and literally 2 hours later, the dude like got back to me, so I was like, yo, this is a scam, bro. Like, what kind of weirdo shit is this? So he goes, yeah, like, we're really interested in your look and we want to call you in to interview you to see if we want to sign you or not. So I was like, alright, word.
From Nike?
No, not from Nike. From so what I forgot to mention is the place that hit me up was Iconic Management. That's this little boutique management.
I'm about to say, wait a minute.
Not Nike, no.
Hold
Nike
on, you have Nike shoes that we
Nike-
still in your crib.
You
with
would've
the
been
hot-
Inspiration.
Look at you with the Nike fucking headband on.
Nike just gave me the inspiration that I could model. That's all it did. So
Nike should sponsor.
Literally.
Deadass sponsor us,
So-
Nike.
so,
Look,
I'm about to say, I don't have Nike.
Got a
Nike.
model
I got
right
my
here.
slides.
I got some socks on, I
I'm
think.
screaming. She's
She got the most ankle socks on.
I'm dead. But yeah, long story short, I went there, I showed up. I thought it was a scam, so I showed up with like, it was me, Josh, Chris, like Keanu, CJ, like we rolled deep.
You brought
like,
everybody.
I brought everybody. So
You
when I
did
came
bring
in, the
everybody.
dude was like, whoa, like I said I was only signing you, and I was like, yeah, I know, but like this is my entourage. They go wherever I go. Like I didn't want no weird shit to go down. I don't know what the hell going on. Like
I feel you.
it's just
You
2020.
didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 20, what was it, 2019? Like, it was a weird time, bro. Like, but anyway,
You're like, yeah, fuck them.
deadass. Yeah, so I got signed. My first job ever was walking in Fashion Week of Rhode Island, and I was walking for this woman named Lavanya Kudley, and she was like the #1 designer in that show. And I like ended the show out, and like to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just I was imitating what I seen. Like I literally
You
just
started
walked to
right
the
outside.
end of the like do what I do and then come back, and people were raving over it, and like I just started getting jobs from it.
Yeah.
And, like it started getting work done. You've seen all my work on my page and stuff like that. I did
That's
all
so
those cool
fucking
things.
awesome, Drew.
But yeah, like, and I don't know, like going through all those photo shoots personally and stuff like that, and seeing the production behind it, and like seeing the end product, you know, like you see you're on the photo shoot, you're doing the poses and stuff like that, they're taking the pictures of you, and like you don't really actually see the art until it's finished, you feel me? So like when you see those finished pictures, you're like, yo, like what the fuck, like this shit's tough, like,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, just to be able to create that art though is what I'm interested in. So that's what kind of got me into the second human idea.
That's dope.
And yo, I'm after Cole Bennett. Like Lyrical Lemonade is my nemesis, bro. Like we're after you, bro. Second human is on the rise, bro. Watch out, Cole.
I can't wait to
Cole,
get
we
him.
can definitely chill though. We can definitely chill.
I can't wait to get him on a podcast so you can say that to me.
Deadass. Like Lyrical Lemonade though, shout out Lyrical Lemonade because they're definitely an inspiration too. Because like we want your head. Anyway.
No. I remember when we did the photo shoot and you had the all black with the toy guns and stuff like that. We was on the cliffs in like Mass, and it was like we had like he was like, yo, can you go get the smoke so we
smoke
can
bombs,
the
yeah.
smoke bombs so we
when
can
you
do this shoot.
that was at the quarries,
Quarries, yeah.
right?
Quarry.
Yeah.
Like literally he like told me like days before like, yo, we gotta do this for the shoot for this week. And I said, all right, and I'll go out and grab him because I mean Drew's always supporting me, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna support him too, like whatever he wants to do. So I was like, yeah, I'll go out and get him for him. We got him and stuff like that. Days later, you know, we went out there and literally just seeing. First of all, being on mountains is dope. Just like climbing and seeing like the scenery. It was like, all right, this is a dope scenery. Like okay, like let's see how we do this. And I was like, yeah, the photographer then we had the drone there, and just you had a model with you and stuff like that. So just seeing the pictures and just the smoke just coming up and just you guys walking through it. I'm like, bro, this is tough.
Yeah, like I literally, and that's all my idea. Like I came up with the whole entire thing. Like I don't know, I just like putting projects together like that.
So fucking cool, dude. I love that so much. Yeah.
That one was a really good one. And then the fashion show you did this year.
Oh yeah.
The fashion show you did this year was fire too.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
that
to
shit was
came to
crazy,
that.
dude.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh my god, I almost went. Had I got the ticket earlier.
But yeah.
It
like,
was supposed to be sold out.
I know.
But yeah,
That shit was
I'd seen Tariq while I was on the runway. That shit was funny. But
He was like, yo, I'm the headline. I said, okay, so you're gonna be the last one. Alright, this is lit. He on the cover and stuff. Bro, he worked out. He was the last one in the first
group.
First designer. He was the last one in them. After that, I get a text 5 minutes later. Yo, I'm done. We out.
I was like, yeah, we're gone.
I'm over here watching the show like.
So you were at the show for what, like?
All of like 15, 20 minutes.
I was there for like probably like 2 hours because he was like, yeah, you can come to the first show. I get there and the ticket he had was like, no,
yeah,
the first show he was like, they was like, yeah, this is for the second one, so you can come back for that one. I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, because the first one was sold out, right?
It was sold out,
Was
but
it, or-
because Drew got the ticket for me, so
Okay.
and it was like, well, it was. I looked at it and I showed them and stuff, and I was like, yeah, you know, he got the ticket for me, this and that. But they was like, yeah, it's for the second one. So he's like, so you can't watch this one, it's the second one you gotta watch. So I'm like, all right. I literally walked back to my car. I was like, cool, I need to eat something. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, but that again, that show was still fire though.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah.
pictures after was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look at you, go you, Drew.
But yeah, there's more to come this year.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we're definitely gonna have Mix and Pop podcasts included in that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna just have a second human MVP collab.
Collab, hell yeah.
Shoot a little music video for us.
White lit.
Do you have a favorite project that you did, whether it was yours or someone, another photographers that they just had you in?
My favorite, most bizarre project I think I did was when they had me dress up in that suit and get in the middle of the ocean. And remember that one? That shit was dope.
No.
I remember seeing a
What was
picture. I
it?
wasn't there that day, but I remember that.
Shout out to my guy Eric photography. Hold on, I'll show you guys. But yeah, he had me. He was like, "Yo, like I got a private beach and everything. My parents own this private beach, and we can go back there. And like, I want you to dress up in a full suit, like, full get up, and like, you're gonna walk into the water." So I'm thinking like I'm walking shallow, like about like knee deep or something like that. And he was like, "No, I need you to like fully submerge yourself like in the water, and like come out of the water and stuff." And I was just like, "Bro," and mind you, it was March.
It's brick. It's a brick.
March, April, one of them times, bro. But like I was done to. But I didn't get the photos until July. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
That was
Wait, did I see these? I think I did.
probably.
I think I did. That's fucking dope, dude. Hell yeah.
that was definitely my most favorite photo. I would say. Favorite
Yeah.
shoot.
That's a dope one.
But yeah, it was. That guy's cool. Air photography.
Yeah. Kayla.
Yes, hi.
Eric Fraser photography.
Fraser.
My bad. Eric
There you
Fraser.
go.
Eric Fraser photography. Shout out him.
Yeah, Kayla. Liquid Gold.
Yes. Liquid gold. It's
Fir-
been a long
first,
time coming.
What made you want to work with infused like marijuana?
That ass.
Infused
Before the
marijuana.
time. Before
Wait,
things.
there's infused
Wait,
marijuana?
Look, you
Before.
pothead.
What made you want
Basically what he just called me.
to? What made you want to infuse like marijuana into your work? Basically, that's what I mean.
Infused products
Before
with
it was actually
cannabis?
legal in Rhode Island.
Yes, okay. So, I worked with a chef named Matthew Peterson when I worked at a hotel in Newport called Castle Hill Inn. Now, he got an opportunity to be the director of culinary operations for a dispensary that was opening up in Massachusetts called Nature's Remedy of Massachusetts. Shout out Nature's Remedy. Shout out Matthew. You're awesome.
What's that?
You know, like, so that's basically kind of how I got into infused products. The method that I know of infusing products is with distillate. And so, you know, I had the opportunity. So Matthew went to work for this company. He offered me a position to work with them, right? And then that's basically like how they infuse products, like in their kitchen, you know, and kind of learning that process. I had dabbled into it a little bit before at home, before I started working for the company. So I was already like aware of everything. But that's basically like how I got into it and how I was introduced. I mean, granted, I've been doing baking and pastry art since I was a very, very young kid. Like, honestly,
lass.
a wee lad. Like, just barely
Not
being
last,
able
last,
to.
last.
Oh.
It's her last.
What?
We lass. Girls are lasses and boys are lads. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Sure.
Alrighty. But yes, basically since I can remember being able to go into a kitchen. But so yeah, I mean, like I just got that amazing opportunity, and you know, I just kind of been flourishing more on it, you know, as the years have gone by. I've experimented with infusing different things, the majority of them being baked or like pastry items. Also getting into savory food with you for that pop-up, that was awesome. And yeah, just continuing to do that and kind of try and find my way in regards to what exactly like I want it to be or how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So that's basically how I got into.
When did you start like, you know, doing it on your own, or like start like selling it to like friends and stuff?
So I basically started doing that after we graduated college, like right off the bat.
Wait, he was always working on liquid gold?
Not necessarily. So I got into, you know, the technique of working with infused like food items back in 2017, but it was with a previous company concept called Chronicles. Now that was with somebody that we went to school with.
Yeah.
Obviously you guys know the person and everything, and you know, from there it kind of split into my own thing of just being liquid gold. So the concept behind Chronicles was custom ice cream and confections. Basically the same thing, just I'm not really doing ice cream, just kind of focusing on confections and other like specialty baked items. Now I'm kind of trying to expand that in the new year coming. I'm not going to say anything just yet because I want the ideas to kind of come to fruition first.
Yeah.
Before, but maybe off mic, I'll say it. But you know, it's just really awesome because
We gotta make that a sound too.
just like the way you're doing kind of something creative as well outside of culinary is kind of gonna relate back to what I kind of want to start implementing with liquid gold, where it might be like food, but not necessarily.
Exactly.
So
Like it should.
yeah,
What is life?
different
Food
types.
is there's more to life.
It's just like so much that I kind of want to bring together, but yeah. So basically, did I answer your question? Yeah. I mean, I started
for the
doing.
most part, yeah.
Started doing it. Yeah.
When did you come? How did you come up with the name Liquid Gold?
Okay, so basically, I think of liquid gold because I think about what I use to infuse my products with. So I use distillate, which is, you know, just like cannabis oil, basically in a concentrated form. And I'm able to take this oil, dilute it with a carrier oil. I use MCT the majority of the time. And I'm able to just add that oil into like my products.
Don't give away your secret recipe now.
I'm not giving away my secret recipe. I mean, anybody that knows how to do it probably knows that this is the method.
It's like this shit.
Method.
Like
You know
this
what I
shit.
mean? Yeah.
Ain't no can of butter in this motherfucker. Ain't no can of butter.
I'm dead.
Nah, but that can of sugar.
Nah, that shit.
That
There's so many
can of
different
sugar
ways
that I
to infuse, and honestly, that's like a goal for 2023 of mine, is to like try different ways of like infusing.
Explore different.
You know, and explore different methods. Like, some of the techniques, like I had a coworker that I worked with at Castle Hill who had previously worked at another Massachusetts dispensary, and they did pressed tablets, like candy tablets. Like, that's so fucking dope to like be able to like understand and learn like the ingredients and like the method behind making candy tablets. Yeah, where you put like a powder into a machine and it presses a tablet, and it's
So,
just
like
like an
Pez?
edible, basically like a peppermint type of little like a tablet. Yes, making confection tablets.
They got weed pads now. You know?
That's kind of interesting.
They got
Mhm.
weed
I mean,
pads.
it's interesting for y'all. I'm not doing it, but I'm just saying that's pretty interesting. Like how
It's
they do that.
interesting that she
Yeah.
knows this, 'cause she's a
Yeah, okay. Yeah, take that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go hit it.
The art of peer
Pothead.
pressure is strong from this one.
Pothead. Yeah, right. I'm dead.
Let's not get into that one.
Oh God.
Let's
Oh
not-
God.
let's
Don't
not get into
even.
that one, right? No.
Peer pressure.
No. What
No,
I...
you guys think I peer pressure.
Joshua Norman.
Oh my God.
No. What I did want to also ask you was because there's a lot of people that do infuse like edibles and cookies and stuff. He is.
Yeah.
But I remember like when we were doing the first Blunts and Brunch with Loud sessions and stuff, and you kind of like teach me how to like properly like infuse the sauces. Of course you did it and I didn't do it, but I was watching you do it and stuff. How careful you was.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of explain like how like if for some people who want to actually get into that field or want to infuse food, to how to be careful with like the grams that they're putting into it basically?
Yeah, totally. So that's honestly something that I feel like, okay, where do I even start? Because with edibles, I feel like it's kind of like people either think about it like, oh, like I could just like most edibles don't hit me, like I'll just eat a whole bunch and like, you know, like I'll be fine, like it's just not gonna hit, you know what I mean? Or it's like you have the people that have really never tried it before. But it's really hard because like you have to be really careful with like when you're infusing your products. I mean, the most important thing to remember is like you gotta know your portions, like how many portions you're getting out of a recipe and how many milligrams you want, you know, your like portions to be. Now with that being said, you know, it bubbles back down like even further into knowing, you know, how many milligrams does your original amount of cannabis oil contain, you know, and that's getting that lab tested or, you know, having it come from a trusted source that's getting that information so that you know that you're doing that math real proper and like spot on. And so those are basically like the two most important things to kind of, you know, take into consideration whenever you're going into infusing. Now, you know, if like you just want to do this at home, like you don't necessarily like have the methods or means of being able to like get, you know, whatever your method of infusion is like tested and stuff. I've seen like test kits, kind of like readers basically, where you can put in like the material of whatever you have. So say you have like an infused butter or like an infused oil that you made at home, you can put that into like a machine and it'll like almost pretty accurately tell you like what it is on a range. Yeah. I've personally never used one of those before, but I've always wanted to get one myself just because, you know, I haven't had necessarily the chance to be able to get into a lab to test my final products. So not necessarily the oil that I originally get to infuse, but my product after. So after the thing that I've added the oil into. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I mean, I basically think that those are the two most important things. Besides that, you know, it's just being mindful of like what you're doing and like the technique behind it. Yeah. So like making sure that you're stirring the oil in like very well, you know, and homogenizing your recipes extremely well to ensure that there's no hot spots. Because that's something that happens a lot where, like, say you're like cooking a batch of like sugar, like candy, and like you don't whisk in the oil or, you know, however the process is that you're doing, like the oil can still be basically in like clumps in like the candy, and when you pour it out, like it's just gonna be clumps and it's not evenly distributed. So
you'll get some candy where it's like you don't feel anything, but in one
exactly.
It's just too strong.
So you have to emulsify.
Exactly, emulsify and get in really properly into whatever you're making. And that's kind of where like further testing comes in, just to be able to ensure that 100% or more or less give a range in regards to like what it tests at. But yeah, I think those would probably be like my top tips with infusing.
What about you, Chef Ray?
Chef Tariq Company. Well, Chef Tariq Company actually started in high school. Literally, my mom made my mom does like t-shirts and she has her own company. First of all, Three Kings Tees. She does rugs,
So Tariq's company
shirts,
is a veteran, everybody.
hats.
It's a
You know,
veteran
stop
company.
it, stop it.
I'm dead.
But in high school, when my mom first started making shirts and stuff, she literally made me a logo, and it's the logo you see today, like with the chef hat, the glasses, because that's when I was wearing glasses and stuff in high school. And that's literally what she made from the jump from high school. You know, she was selling shirts like that. You know, in Chef Tariq had different colors, different logos, different everything. Junior year, I did pies, and that was like the first time I ever really sold anything and stuff like that. So that was really the beginning of Chef Tariq Company as I know it, basically. Now, getting into how it became what it is today, 2 years ago, of course, the pandemic happened. But even right before the pandemic, when me and Drew was working at the Boston Renaissance in Massachusetts, there was a position opening for a supervisor position. You know, I was encouraged to like, hey, you know, you should go for it. You know, this would be something really good for you. So, you know, I applied, this and that. And basically, when you go on interviews for chefs, you have to do a stage in most places. So you go in, you do a regular interview, but then you go in, and then you go into the kitchen, basically cook a meal or however they have it formatted for you for your stage.
They'll usually probably have you do like a prep list of sorts.
Yeah, some places do it different. Some places do it differently. Some do that. Some be like, yeah, you know, watch this person for like 8 hours and then cook an omelet. Some people be like, hey, you got an hour, cook a meal, cook a dish, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what we had to do. We just cooked one dish. For the supervisor position, we had to cook 3 dishes, like 3 things basically. So what I did for mine, so I basically kind of had to come up with my own little menu. So I did cheddar bacon biscuits. I did risotto and scallops with a sauce. I forgot what sauce I put up. Oh, I did a beurre blanc for my scallops, and then I did crab cakes with spicy remoulade. Bless you.
Thank you.
Now, with the spicy remoulade, that was the big hit for the crab cakes and stuff like that. Like, I kind of looked it up, kind of added my own little spices. That's what, and you know, I added like my Old Bay into it, of course.
Of course.
Everyone knows I love Old Bay.
The Old Bay.
Stuff
Shout
like
out
that.
a little bit.
Of course.
Of course,
You never say it.
Old Bay, I'm looking at you right now. You can sponsor Mixing Up with Chef Tariq every Sunday at 11 a.m. on Instagram and YouTube.
We know you see those tags.
And you can sponsor the Mix and Pop
Thanks,
podcast every Friday on Spotify and YouTube right now.
Nike.
Yup.
Google. No,
Yup.
we won't get
Sprite.
we won't get into our
Sprite.
comments.
We need everything.
But yeah,
Apple.
so spicy
Yup.
remoulade.
All of it.
Spicy remoulade was like the big thing. It was like on the crab cakes and stuff like that, and it was a big hit. But from that position, I didn't get the job, obviously. But it was like, you know, it was encouraged. Like I did really good on stages because I don't really do great on like practicals and stages and stuff. It's just the pressure. I don't really like that stuff. But from there, it was like, okay, like we kind of got a sauce here. Like, you know, I mean, my own little creation, my own little version of it. And from there, it was like, okay, well, maybe we should start kind of selling it. So, you know, my dad kind of talked about it. Let's kind of do this. You know, we got some small jars to kind of start giving it out. And then the pandemic happens. So from there, you know, I'm just sitting home, watching TV, collecting checks like everyone else is, not doing much. But it's what capitalized on it. It was, all right, well, we have this sauce. Let's start trying to bottle it. Let's start trying to like get it out there. Let's try to get it into places and restaurants or whatever. We gave out free samples to everybody. 4-ounce jars to everyone had one. Everyone had one. Literally, I was giving them out like Oprah, basically. You get one, you get one. Spicy remoulade for everybody, basically. All summer, all COVID, basically. Then it was like, you know, what else are we gonna do it? How else are we gonna do this, basically? And that's where I was like, well, I need to form a team. Like, we don't know how to do everything. We don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. So I was like, well, the Chef Tariq Company. We're gonna, Jesus, this stupid cat.
He was just trying to give me his cat.
Please distract him so he doesn't
Take
put him
him.
the fucking ball.
Right though. And
but I
no,
was-
he still goes.
Literally.
City. Come here, baby.
This is why
You love the cat.
Get rid of the
That's
cat.
your best
You
friend.
said the cat was
bro.
in right.
He's your
I
best
don't.
friend.
But it was like, yeah, you gotta kind of form this team, you know, the Chef Tariq Company and stuff. Of course, I had my mom on it. I had my dad. I had Nasir. His girlfriend Jocelyn. And then I was like, well, I gotta have Drew on it because this is my right hand man. This is the person who does a lot of events with me and stuff. And then I have Josh is always around. Diggins is always around. Kayla's always around. Laura. They was always around seeing that stuff or helping out if they could. But this was the team basically. And Drew, you remember the first meeting in the backyard? It was like, yo, like what things we had. My mom.
Sorry, but did he think
You over here
it's my
feeding him
bag?
with the treats right now.
I was giving. I opened up my bag
That's
to give
why
him a
he's
treat.
fat, Caleb. This is why the cat is fat.
He dug his
Cat,
face
bro.
right into my bag.
Oh my lord.
I love you.
We're gonna need an obesity, like,
No, stop. So, no, my cat is not obese yet. Oh,
this
God.
one's getting there. He's getting there.
Literally.
No, but if my
Can't even
cat's
sit
not,
on the-
then Teddy's
He
definitely
can't
not.
even lay on the windowsill. He has to prop himself against the couch and the windowsill to be comfortable. I looked at him the other day. I was like, I think it's time to lose some weight, buddy. What about you?
Pretty good.
I love that. Oh my god. So then my cat, I don't even know what my cat is, but he's like 2 times the size of Teddy. No, I'm just kidding. Like 1.5.
Alright.
Mine looks like 1.5.
Yeah, we have cats.
Who is this nigga?
Yeah. We don't care about them. But yeah, the first meeting we had basically was like, all right, like, what else can we do besides the sauces and stuff? And my mom was like, well, what about a cooking show?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right
everyone was like, okay, cool. My dad was like, it's not gonna work. This ain't it. But I remember the first episode we had DJ Lefty. Literally, you can literally see the first episode. Jocelyn, me, Diggins, and Drew's in the back. We start that show, and Lefty gets on the other side of the screen, virtual on Instagram. He started playing music. I look at Andrew. He's like, yo, this is tough. And it literally took off. Like, and it took off from there. Like, it became having shows with DJs on the other side.
Yeah.
To then having DJs come to the house and be in our studio, from then having the kids show, to having literally cooking battles now, which we call Battle of the Chefs. So it's now literally, and that's literally what Chef's Company is. It's a variety of things. It's sauces, it's merchandise like shirts and aprons. It's cooking shows, it's catering, it's meal preps. It is everything that chefs shouldn't be doing all at once.
One of my friends one time called me a multifaceted creative, and I think that fits perfect in this situation because it's literally like showing you all of these other things that can also be incorporated into what we're doing at the same damn time, honestly, which I thought was awesome. Shout out to Zara. Cause she's definitely like reposted some of our stuff before. She's awesome. Thank you, Zara.
Big fan of the podcast.
Much appreciated.
Shout out.
She's awesome, honestly. She's, kind of helped me get back into the cannabis industry because I took a little break from it. Sorry to kind of go off topic for a second.
But even then, when we're like, oh yeah, like Kayla, like can you help us out and stuff, and we've had these conversations.
Yeah. I mean, you met Zara. Yeah.
I knew Zara from Tippy Sarah. But when you said I knew what she was talking about stuff. But even when me and you was having these conversations and like. You had, your issues and stuff, and you was trying to, I'm kind of taking a break from it and stuff.
Yeah,
But it was like, when we got into the Blunts and Brunch this year, it was like, all right, like, this is what we're doing, this is how I'm doing it and stuff. So it was like, this is the perfect way to really get friends involved and stuff like that.
And just, meet new people, keep doing new things, honestly, yeah, it's just fucking awesome.
And even mixing up with Chef Tariq, it's, besides my team who does the cameras and everything else, and waking up early, and besides me getting up early to set the things up, and even guest chefs like Kayla or Laura who's been out, or Josh and Diggums and stuff like that, just the DJs who's been committed to doing it every single week. Like Lefty did it for 3 weeks straight, and he was like, hey, I can't do it this week. Then we got DJ Matic, and he was like, I'm gonna be on the whole month of November. And it was like, oh snap, okay.
Word.
Then it was like, oh, DJs. It was like, yeah, if you knew, I could do it, sure. Then it was his dad, DJ Ruckus. Then it was literally DJ Franchise. And then once we got Franchise, it was everybody from WBRE. We had DJ Boom. We had Chop Stewie. We had Franchise's brother, Nice Hits. Like, we had,
Domino effect.
it was the domino effect of that. And then we had the female DJs. We had Tosh K. We had Lady Rock. Like, it was just on and on and on. And a bunch of
Project Girl.
Girl. We had a bunch of my cousins and family that some I didn't know. DJ Cadillac Jack, didn't know that. Thai Life, didn't know that. Until we got to that point, it was like, yeah, we're related. This is how we're related. This and that. It was like, okay, this is dope. And just the taste testers that came on and just tried everything. Like Kayla was an early taste tester when me and Josh did our episode. Like, so it's just like
that
just
shit
being,
came through clutch too. I was like, ooh, yes, like I
Nice.
was ready to grub the next morning. Like just know I probably had a stomach full of alcohol to soak all that up.
But it was like Josh being the outside of Drew, the first guest chef to like come on the show and stuff. From us having a vegan chef to Sada, like just the connections, the people who've helped and come on, and people that helped it grow. It's just one, it's getting bigger as we speak. Two, it's just the people that has seen it and has come on and just talked about it, and just the conversations we've had on the show, and it's just lively, and people that actually come into the studio when they want to just be there or just watch, or it's like it's taking off, and it's just like we're getting better every day. We're growing every day. We're getting new stuff every day and stuff like that. And it's like, one, I didn't see this happening 2 years ago, but it's look
It's like
at us
when
now.
you stay consistent with something, you see watch it grow.
And that's
growing
literally
a seed, right?
And
Right, I mean that's tying back to what I said earlier, you know, about being grateful and like practicing gratitude, you know, and like being able to recognize that as like a seed in life, and that's kind of what's gonna take you. It's like recognize the things that like make you feel good.
And having, like you said earlier, having people that hold you accountable. We've had team meetings all the time, whether they be good, whether they be bad, whether it be horrible, whether we are screaming at each other, we still are talking. We are holding something accountable. Drew's been there plenty of times where everyone is screaming, where I'm screaming at the top of my lungs about something, whether somebody is screaming or we are just all arguing, but it's like we're holding each other accountable. We're being consistent with this. And there's a lot, and we've seen it from COVID, there's a lot of things that are popping off that aren't happening now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, and one, that the fact that we're still going 2 years in counting is one, is great. Two, that we're just continuing to keep growing with this.
Yep, exactly. Just like that. Honestly, I was thinking about at one point earlier, I think one of my favorite projects that I've done with Liquid Gold actually, which was with Regis. Shout out to Regis.
Shout out to Regis.
Honestly, shout out to Regis. Shout out to like his whole family, his girl, his baby. Like you guys are fucking awesome. Honestly, he has he has a couple companies I know that are going on. One of the dopest ones is honestly a skate park opening up right here in Pawtucket. Like that shit's fucking awesome.
That's
for me
dope.
to know that like I was born and raised in this area, and just having like all of these like areas where you could just like express, you know, like your creativity and like do activities, do sports, etc. It's just so dope, honestly. I love that. I love it so much. His cause is awesome. And just like the opportunities. I mean, he did a shoot with me for Liquid Golds, which was like my cookies, kind of presenting those, and some caramels, a couple flavors of caramels, and it was awesome. I posted that TikTok on it. It was so fucking dope. That was the first time he had ever worked with food, actually, doing photography. So I was like, yes, it's awesome. It came out so cool.
And he did my Mother's Day event this year.
Yeah, he did Mother's Day as well. Yeah, you guys
we did
that
a
shit with the cars.
commercial.
So dope.
Still in production. I know
So
you're probably wondering about it, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together.
Yes.
Sorry, Regis.
But so awesome, yeah, for sure. Then we gotta give it back to the peoples.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just ours, just 3 small businesses, but just everyone, just
Literally everyone
the
who
DJs
supported, everybody that has given us more opportunities to grow,
loud
to
sessions,
know more people, just
real.
gain that experience.
to Fat Red Lounge, to all the photographers Drew's worked with,
Literally.
X,
All the models we met.
Everybody, like, just everybody has a small business now, and one thing we all can do is just support each other.
Just
Whether
like
it's
that.
sharing a picture, sharing a video, sharing a flyer, it's anything. And that's one thing I always say. I'm always grateful for our friend group because that's what we do. Like my friend group literally supports whenever they can or however they can. Like whether it's being on the show, whether it's posting a flyer, posting the sauces early on, like literally everyone was there for that. And one, I'm very grateful for everybody. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna name everybody, but y'all know y'all. I'm very grateful for all y'all.
There's so many.
Bro,
But, like,
same for me.
so many.
Like our friend group is very strong. Where it's like we don't have to speak for a day or two, but we can still be able to be there for each other. Like we just said, Albert, Sam, and Laura have been listening, and they're like, "Yo, this is great." Literally, Albert,
No last name.
Albert, literally the first episode. Albert was listening to it literally, and he's texting me while he's listening to it, like, "Bro, this and that. Oh my God, yo, oh y'all lit up the sangria." Like he's literally like listening and watching, like, and texting at the same time, and just like it's the support that we get from that. So
Shout out Albert, yo.
Yeah, honestly, shout out Albert.
Childhood friend.
Are you,
Yes.
To adult.
yeah, are you guys gonna actually battle?
I don't know.
You guys have to fucking battle. What do you mean there's no way?
I don't know.
I went up against Stiggums. Y'all gotta go
For
up
context,
against each other
Battle
next.
of the Chefs.
Please.
I don't know. I'm
Albert
not saying
came
anything
on.
Please.
on
Albert,
came
come
on
on.
my show.
Come on.
Albert came on the show and
I want to see Albert and Joey, bro.
That'd be a good one.
That would be. Nah.
But I
I
was
want
here
to
and he
see you
called
and
you out.
Albert first, and then whichever one of you two can go against Joey. How about that?
Joey's not that good.
Oh wow.
Just kidding. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
wow. I'm
Joey's
going to that. I'm
talented.
sending
Look
it to
at
you.
that.
Joey's
talented.
talented. You know Joey has that little man mentality.
Nah,
he's gonna
chill.
see that. He's gonna
You
go
need
off.
to clip that part and send it to
Oh
him.
my God.
You're wildin'.
Cause he does.
Wild.
You remember the flag football game?
Yo, bro.
This
Violin.
Our second year at school, we
I'm not
played
gonna
flag
allow you to
football.
just talk about my boy.
We had shirts made the first year. Second year, we all wore them again. He put the C on his shirt for captain.
Yo.
Who made him captain that year? We don't know. We
Listen.
still won though.
He made
Thank
him
you,
so
Joey.
This,
He
I
has a
can
little man
attest to.
mentality. He knows that. He's short Italian. He knows it.
When I say this I can attest to. Everyone that I am close knit with and still in contact with, and they still see me till this day that went to CIA, is a talented cook / chef / baker. Whatever you do, you are very talented at what you do. I know this because I would not hang out with you if you
Right.
weren't.
You would not
So,
be here
like-
right now.
So like yeah, that's it. Like
Just like that.
they did like that.
Yeah, but that's our small businesses for today, guys.
For real.
There's so much more that we'll definitely
Yeah.
get into too. Like,
There's
oh
so
my God,
many-
there's so much that I like didn't say that like we'll get to.
And wait till we have like guests on and DJs. I already know DJ Matt when he comes on, he's going to lust and love Caleb.
Oh my God.
He'd be like, yo, Matic, how you feeling?
Huh?
Just staring at Caleb.
Oh
Caleb,
Lord.
man. I'm not gonna do this much right now.
Oh
It's
my
real
God.
cripsy over here, okay?
Oh my.
Drew, close
God.
this out.
He gonna sit right next to you too.
Oh my God. Y'all are horrible. You know that,
But
right?
yeah, this is the
Absolutely
Mixing Pop
positive.
podcast. Tariq, where can they catch you at?
You can find me and my small business at cheftrick.com on Instagram and TikTok. Cheftrick on YouTube, Cheftrick401 on Facebook, and of course Mixing Pot Pod on Instagram and TikTok as well. The YouTube videos will be going to Cheftrick page, but they will also be getting to the Mixing Pot podcast page as soon as we just set it up. But they are coming very soon. Yeah, honestly, it's just a few things I kind of do, but it'll get set up very soon. But for right now, it's on Chef Treat page right now, so you guys can check those out. Also, Mixing Up with Chef Treat every Sunday at 11 a.m. Instagram and YouTube. This week we are going to be on Saturday, so you guys can catch us there Saturday 11 a.m. We have DJ Zay on this week, DJ Chrome. He has a bunch of names too.
What's going on with the Saturday thing? I don't work Saturdays.
Well, it's just the end of the year. We wanted to close at the end of the year with 2 Saturday episodes. That's why we're doing it. The start of the new year, we're going back to the Sundays, baby. Don't worry.
It's crazy.
We got DJ Crazy
Yeah.
Ray start the new year. We got DJ T Love who just locked in last night. Not last night, this morning he locked in, but he's ready to go for the week after in January. And of course, any DJs out there that want to get on the show, let us know. DM us, shutstreet.co.
Yes, perfect. You guys can find me at ZOE_KYLA. That's at Soleil Kayla Personal on there. You'll find my link tree, all of my links. I've got both of my Instagrams personal at Liquid Gold, LQD_GLD. I've got a blog that I've been working on there called Food and Wanderlust. Liquid Gold page coming soon with more information. Easier to order as well. What else? Yeah, TikTok as well, same as ZOE_KYLA. I haven't posted anything in a while, but just working on some things and then come back out.
What did you say? K-Y-L-A.
KEYLA.
Oh. K-Y-L-A.
I'm dead.
Okay.
KYLA.
Got a
Instead
little
of
rap
two
name
guys.
going. But,
I'm dead.
No, it was a great show. Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram, IG, at I_love_you_Drew. I_love you, Drew.
Why is that your Instagram?
Because that's this.
I love you, Drew.
Exactly. Stop playing.
This is so
Anyway,
weird.
you can also catch me on my small business at Second Human on IG. And also you can catch me on the Mixing Pot podcast and the Chef Tree Company.
Oh yeah, you can find me.
I'm a part of that.
Obviously.
Oh.